Hello and welcome to Business Solution India. You're watching FnO Spotlight with me, Piyush Jain. At present, markets are in a phase of registering a recovery from the lower levels. 11,700, 730, that was a very important area. That was a put return area for the June series. And also again, we have seen respect to that level. That's a good recovery which is happening at present. We are creating almost a small hill here, and what has happened that there has been a good 100-point recovery almost from the lows here. We're talking about now almost 0.1%, sort of 18 points gain. So gain might not look that important, but the recovery from the support is important. That's the first bout of recovery. Now can it sustain? That's the question mark here, and we'll try and know more about the structure from our guest. But what's happening with the Bank Nifty? There's a good recovery. 150-point recovery is what Bank Nifty is showing. Look at the structure and you will see it's a 300-point plus recovery on the Bank Nifty at present, and that's very, very important right now. And that's why the Nifty has made that recovery. Market breadth for both Nifty and Bank Nifty is now looking good. Bank Nifty market breadth is positive. We are seeing strong recovery in IndusInd Bank, HDFC Bank, SBI, RBL, ICICI Bank. All these actually are showing some good promise. Sectorally, very quickly, we are seeing now positive sector breadth. So in a span of 1 hour, the sectoral breadth has turned positive. Bank Nifty market breadth has turned positive, and we have seen one recovery. And now the question here is that perhaps what should be done from here, and for that now let me welcome our guest Sharad Mishra, the partner at Sharad Mishra Associates. Sharad, once again it's a good time now to have you on the show. The first question to you is,
good morning Piyush.
The first recovery has been done.
Okay.
Is it looking credible, and what is that area where we can create long position if you're liking or otherwise?
See, looking at the Nifty data, just looking at the Nifty data only, if we look at option chain, then at 11,900 there is some 10 lakh contracts which are open, and some kind of put writing is going away. And then at the same strike price, some call open interest is going up. So this is a bit jittery. Second is that 11,800, some 18 lakh contracts are there. So 11,800 is a very strong support for Nifty, but 11,900, I fear that it might be a resistance. So we will have to.
That will become slightly tricky.
Exactly. So that becomes a bit tricky as far as Nifty goes. And looking at the chart also, the prices were moving in an upward sloping converging area. It has broken out of support of 11,980. If you remember, last time I had given a long with a stop loss of 11,980, which was breached. So since then, Nifty is in a negative zone.
And 700, that has been respected.
Exactly.
We had a talk about both the levels.
Exactly. The 700 has been respected. I still feel that 11,700, 11,800 is a very strong support. The option chain also supports, and the futures data also supports it.
Right. So for now, then what the traders should do? Should they just wait on sidelines, or there is some opportunity?
Exactly. I think that you should wait on sidelines as of now. Let the day pass. Let the things happen. Let's see that how does 11,900 and 11,800 strike call and put behave, and basis that only we can take the call in Nifty.
And what is that mark, if there is any, that suppose if you're waiting for this close should happen or this crossover should happen, is there any level where you're going to watch out for?
Yeah, I want to get a close above 11,900 so that some pain develops for call writers. That is important. And on the Bank Nifty, 11,300 is 11,000 is again a level in which I am seeing that, 31,000 is a level at which I am seeing that some 2,92,000 contracts are open in put, and some 1,37,000, and again the call writing is going up. So again this is bearish. So let few hours pass, and let's see that how this call writing goes in Nifty and Bank Nifty at 11,900 and 31,000 level, and then we take a call.
Right. So let's make a summary for our viewers. What Sharad is saying is that if you take a look at 11,900 call, there is a 74% addition in the open interest. Again, it's a new weekly expiry, so we are seeing again a sharp addition in the calls there. You're also seeing call writing at 12,000, 23% addition happening there. You are seeing a bit at 11,800, and Sharad is saying you need to again basically close above 11,900 to really again then think about a full-blown recovery here. So wait a bit and assess the recovery before you take a trend here. Sharad, let's talk about stocks. If there is anything which you're liking at present.
Yeah, I have a good set of stocks. I have 3 long and 2 short calls. The first one is Berger Paint. Berger Paint is moving in a good upward moving trend line, which is a multi-year trend line. And lately it is forming a symmetrical triangle. It is trying to give a breakout of symmetrical triangle. On 31st of May, it has given highest volumes in January 2015. And I am seeing that if you look at the option chain also, 3000 there is decent put writing, 300 decent put writing, 310 decent put writing, and there's a resistance at 350, 300. However, I think that this breakout will happen and you will get a target of 420, 21.
And one thing on the side of Berger Paints is also again for our viewers that the crude price, the hedge fund managers, they've been offloading their long positions. So till the time you're seeing this sort of softness in the crude price to continue, invariably it will, with a lag, it will come back again in the form of earnings also again for Berger Paints, and that's why again the paint stocks are coming back into vogue here. So one factor for Berger. Over to the next stock.
Yeah. So second one is IGL. IGL is looking very good. It is moving in an upward sloping converging area since some July 2018 or so. And lately for April to June, it was in a consolidation zone, given a good breakout with heavy volumes. And now it has given a breakout of an all-time high also. With a stop loss of 335, you can buy for a target of 370 and 385. If you look at supports also, then 330, 340 was a good support. 50, 60 is a kind of resistance as far as option chain is concerned, because 350, 60 there's good call writing. 30 and 40 there's decent put writing. So that is why I've taken a support of 335 or so, and I'm bullish that it will go up to 370 and 385.
I must say the risk reward ratio then I think will be extremely attractive, because where you are right now, 339, 340, you're talking about a 4 rupees basically sort of a stop loss here. So let's flip the chart into a 1 month chart and let's see again what IGL has done so far on the stock basis here. And it has been a street favorite so far, playing out on the volume growth as the street is basically expecting. So it has been a run a bit here, and what Sharad is saying again, this correction is providing opportunity. What's the next stock?
Third one is a similar chart which I discussed with you a few days back in Godrej CP, which is Coal India. Similar chart, inverse head and shoulder breakout above 255 has already taken. And if you look at volume, then volume statistics are perfect as far as the inverse head and shoulder breakout goes. If you look at option chain, then 280 and 270 is a resistance, wherein we have calls at some 9.7 lakh open interest and 9.5 lakh open interest. 50-60 is a strong support in put. We have seen that 250-60 put has some 6 lakh and 5 lakh open interest. But this breakout will be successful, and I think that with a stop loss of 255, you can trade for a first target of 280, second target of 290, and third target of 312.
Okay, that's the word, and maybe as the street again is now actually factoring in outperformance of PSE stocks. So maybe as you're saying again, Coal India also belongs to that. So another one, we have a long list of stocks.
Two shorts, my favorite shorts actually. Let me tell you, I was looking for a short in these stocks since long. First one is Bank of Baroda. So I would, looking at the chart, it was moving in a decent upward sloping trend line and decent upward sloping area. Now it has taken resistance from its upward trend line. Looking at the option chain, 135.40, there is good call writing. 34 lakh, 37 lakh shares are open interest is there, contracts are there. 120 and 130 is a very good support, because some 11 lakh puts are in 11 lakh open interest is in 120 put, and some 23 lakh open interest is in 130 put. But I think that looking at the DHFL crisis, this Bank of Baroda and SBI are the worst hit, and this particular event will take it down. So with a stop loss of 133, I'll trade with a target of 115 and then second target of 106 in Bank of Baroda.
Okay, so that's what. And the second stock you were talking about?
Yeah, SBI. SBI actually has made a high all-time high of 353 and went above it. Similar chart as Bank of Baroda. It is falling down with decent volume. All the indicators are negative. I would like to tell that decent call writing has happened in 360, some 15.9 lakh open interest is there. At 350 strike, some 39 lakh open interest there. So resistance is at 350, 360. Support is at 340, 330, wherein decent put writing is there. But I think that this will go down, and we can trade with a stop loss of 353 for the first target of 318. Second target of 305 and the third target of 295, from which it started its move actually. So this is what I believe.
So I think those are shorts on the PSU banks. BOB, SBI are the short picks, long picks, Berger Paints, IGL, and the third stock is Coal India.
Yeah.
So we have 5 calls from Sharad, the watch out factor on the markets. Wait again till the time you get a close above 11,900 and the call writers they get challenged. But Sharad, as always, it was a pleasure having you on our show, and thanks a lot for giving us all the stock observations. We'll take a short break, but stay tuned. As we return back, we'll continue with more trading strategies as Gaurav Bissa from LKP Securities will be joining the show.